Welcome back, everybody, to the KQ's Avalanche podcast. After what some have deemed a very good hockey game, others, myself included, not so impressed. Um, but I don't know, man. There were things to like about this game. There were things not to like. At the end of the day, the Avs kind of wasted an opportunity here, and that's disappointing. But at the same time, it's not a very important game. It's not like they've completely blown said opportunity, but
No, it was exactly what they needed, man. They needed a point. They got the point. They control their own destiny.
well, kind of. I don't know. I think people,
Yeah, they do.
they control their own destiny,
To win
but
the division.
also, yeah, no, I know they. I mean, like they do control their own destiny, but also at the same time, they technically don't because they're probably not going to play very many good players against the
I think they
Predators.
are. I think
I,
they are if it means winning the
I
division.
don't think they should. And I think you
Why?
know what? You had an opportunity to win this game. And make it so you probably didn't have to play your good players against the Predators, but then you didn't, and that just kind of sucks. Now you're gonna have to hope that they've just kind of
No.
given up on life.
Nah. You just play them. You just play them, man. I mean, how many
No,
days are
no, you do
there
not play
from?
them. It's not about rest; it's about getting injured. This team has been
Yeah.
so unlucky with injuries. You do not. You do not risk that. And they clearly
Well,
just continue to block shots,
then with that
despite.
logic, they shouldn't play against the Jets either.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it given the way the Jets play.
Only tonight, really. The Jets don't really play like
Jets
that.
kind of play like that a lot, especially
Nah.
when they're not doing very well. Pierre-Luc Dubois gets real whiny.
I mean,
They have some dudes with some. I mean, Brendan Dillon, Mark Scheifele has a little bit of a history of being a bitch. I don't know.
I can just tell you're being a little too negative about this one. I mean, the
Well, it was a little
Avs.
bit frustrating. Part of it, me, is frustrated that for the third game in the row, I mean, obviously last game, the Avs, stars kind of stepped up when they needed to. But it's three games in a row where it's just, you look at the whole body of work and you just aren't that impressed with their play.
No, but it was not. It was not that bad.
I don't think it was that bad. I just wish they had three power plays. They waited till the second one, till the third one to do anything with it.
I'm looking at the power play expected goals. Um, 3 power plays, 10 scoring chances, 3 high danger chances, 1 expected goal.
I think
I'll take that.
those are probably all from the third one though.
I'll take that.
If I
In
were to
three power
guess.
plays. That's just kind of how it goes, though, man. Like,
Yeah, no, you look. So
not
it's
every
what
power
period?
plays. Not
Nine
every power
scoring
play is going to be good.
chances in the third one, three high danger chances,
Hmm.
and 0.99 expected goals. I understand
Hmm.
not all power plays are going to be good, but what frustrates me really is the second one where the Avs get this chance to, you know, it's unfortunate timing because they have this 4-minute penalty kill and the period immediately ends. They don't really have a chance to feed off of any momentum from that, um,
Hmm.
which is
You also
works out very well for Edmonton.
you also got to remember Edmonton's PK is really good.
No, it's not.
Are you sure?
It's 19th in the league.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, no, they showed it
It
on the
has been it
broadcast.
has been it has been
It's
good
probably been
against the
well,
Avs this year specifically.
well, right.
Um, but it's 19th. It's not good. They were much better earlier in the year. Um, but yeah, it's been good against the Avs this year for whatever reason.
Well, I mean, the Avs power
Um,
plays penalty kills have been pretty good against the Oilers too.
it was good today. I mean, I'm just like not that mad about the power play.
It was good today. It was good last time. It was not. It was weird the first time.
This is just what happens when your top players don't really finish much of anything.
Well, and then when
Um, it's honestly about as good of a result as you can hope for when they don't do anything for
Yeah,
you.
no, they didn't. The Avs. I wouldn't say the Avs deserve to win this hockey game.
No, me either. I think they deserved a point though, for sure. I mean,
Yeah, kind of.
they were hanging with Edmonton the whole game. Like really, I mean, there was a little lull
I think
in the
yes,
second period, but I just don't
yes
think it
and
was.
no. I think when the only goal you score is some complete just whack kind of
A lot of
bullshit
really
you
good saves though
don't
from
really deserve. I think Georgiev deserved a point, and I think there were some, I don't know, but the
Mhm.
top six on the whole was not impressing me tonight.
I mean, it wasn't like bad though either.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be bad. It's disappointing for sure. I don't know what are the, numbers
They
look like.
got they got um they got outplayed for sure, but it
Yeah,
wasn't bad.
the second line
Um,
was really disappointing to me.
I thought the second line was just okay. I honestly like when it's Comfer, Malgin, Nichushkin against Draisaitl, like Draisaitl, Kane, Yamamoto, or whatever they were doing over there. Like breaking even, you'll take it, right? And they were
Right,
just
and
a little
I
bit.
mean,
They were all three, or Malgin was six,
you
9 to
you
15.
you kind of look at everything and like technically, I mean, the Avs best players break even with the Oilers best players. I mean, Connor McDavid gets a point, but I mean, it's not like he has a
At 5v5.
huge right. But I
It
mean,
was
even
just even.
that point he gets isn't even like that's not a doesn't make a
No, it's
huge
a
impact
free,
on the goal that actually takes place.
right? It's a free power play overtime point.
Uh, I mean, we can kind of talk about these first two goals. I mean, the Ben Myers goal is complete nonsense. Everybody wanted
Yeah,
Nick Bukestad on the Avs. Well, there you go. You got him.
yeah. I didn't want Nick Bukestad on the Avs. I don't think that guy's very good. I think
Well,
he's okay.
clearly, because he scores against his own team.
Yeah,
Does he have any goals with the Oilers?
yeah, he does. He's got a few.
I was gonna say I feel like he would, but I don't.
Um,
I completely forgot he was on the team though. To be honest,
I know he has at least two.
no, he had one against the Ducks. With the Oilers, he has four. He's got 4 goals. Jeez.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I don't know, man. I just thought it was a good hockey game. Like, even though the Avs were getting outplayed for the most part, it was still fast and fun to watch. And
Yeah, and I
it
guess
was the first one in a while first one in a long time that I watched where it was just like I was on the edge of my seat the whole time, stressful. You know, every
yeah,
little every little bounce, every little every little read matters. Every little check matters. Just because the Oilers can, you know, with the snap of their fingers, they can be up ice with numbers. So
right. Well, and that's one thing where I was like, I felt like I to be honest, the Avs could. This is why I didn't think this game was as impressive. Um, I just felt like neither team wanted to do anything. Like I felt like, dude, the Avs had a serious problem this game with just giving the puck to the Oilers. And
especially especially the bottom six, like they would just
dude,
they would just
honestly,
clear the
all of
zone
them.
on the second line. The top line maybe not quite as much, but
I think the top line did it a lot more. The top line was really trying to force, from what I saw, they were really trying to force pucks. That was one thing. That was what really annoyed me is that
I
they
feel like
continued to try and force pucks through sticks when it just wasn't there. It was
I feel
a
like
front.
yeah, but it wasn't like they were giving it to the Oilers like on purpose, like the other three lines were.
Yeah, I guess. Like, I guess the one that's really sticking
Like
out to me is
they were
there's one
trying
where
stuff.
Evan Rodriguez just like passes it backwards to Leon Draisaitl, and it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, it's I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I can't say I'm surprised this game went the only thing that really frustrates me is that the Avs were able to survive through 2 periods and they just never really flipped the switch.
Um, yeah, I
And
mean, it was pretty counterattacky, but honestly, man, like you look at the Oilers, it's a really, really good hockey team, and they're fully healthy, and they're playing their number one. And you know, you've got Dennis Mulligan on your second line right now. So like it's and I mean, you're icing Brad Hunt, Jack Johnson, Eric Johnson in your top four, or Jack Johnson in your top four. Pick one. Like it's just no Kale McCarr. Like
right, and that's fair. And I think,
it's just
that's it's good but the problem is you look at that and you still have an opportunity to win pretty clearly. I mean, you have a power play in the final stages of the
mhm,
game. I mean, you have an entire third period to get another goal after the Oilers just
mhm,
blew. I mean, they had a 4-minute power play. You kill that off. You have this opportunity to go
mhm,
and win this hockey game, and you don't. And then you even go to
mhm.
overtime where the Oilers haven't been very good this year. And
I
you give
mean,
them, I mean, you just make this, Bowen Byram just makes this horrendously stupid play.
we'll get into it, but I mean, you got to remember there's two teams on ice. Like the Oilers
And I
played
feel, and I mean,
kept playing really
and
well
that's,
in the third
I think
period.
the Oilers did play well, but I just don't think the Avs made life hard on them enough because I felt like every mistake the Oilers had just went unpunished. Like, and I
I think
mean,
that's
every mistake
honestly
the
credit to the
Avs made.
Oilers, man.
I think part of it is credit to the Oilers. I mean, they Stuart Skinner made some really nice saves, but I think part of it is just the Avs, mainly their top line, just not really doing enough. Like, I mean, just
That's just how it goes sometimes, man. Like
I
it's all right.
mean, right. I mean, I'm not like upset. Like, I'm not saying, wow, this team sucks. They're not going to do anything, but it's still frustrating in the moment, especially after this third game in a row where you're just not very impressed with them. I feel like, I mean,
Third
it was
period.
important they won against the Ducks. I'm not saying it would have been better if they lost, but definitely I think winning that game, kind of set in a little bit of like, okay, we could probably just do this again. I mean, but they never really turned it on in the third period this time.
Uh, I disagree. I don't think they. I thought they played with a lot of energy. Like the whole team had a lot of energy the whole night. I just think sometimes you're just not going to execute as good as
I
as good as
feel
you
like
can, and
this
that's
might be
okay.
one of
Like
those things where, you feel like there's more energy because you're in the arena and, it's a big crowd, loud
no,
fest.
no, no. They
It really
were
did not feel and I'm not the only person. I'm talking to people throughout the game. The team didn't seem to have a lot of like, for the first two periods, there just wasn't a lot of go get them, especially from the top line.
I disagree, man. I think there was. I think sometimes I think sometimes you want to see him getting up ice really fast and stuff. But I just love the attention to detail in their own zone and just I don't know, just their checking the whole game. I thought it was really, really good. I thought they were, very like they were very aware of everything. Like they played smart hockey. You see sometimes when they play bad, it's like this brain dead, stupid hockey, especially from the top guys. But there was none of that, man. And I think that's a sign
Yeah,
that they're
kind
playing with
of.
some effort. I
I,
think that's a
I,
good sign that they're playing with effort, and I just don't think they executed well. I mean, you said it earlier, like top line, like they're pushing the play up ice, but they just kept hitting sticks, bounces just kept not quite going their way, and I think that's okay. Like I mean, sometimes you just get outplayed by a team that's just healthier than you, and it's a really good team. So
and I mean, so like they did get outplayed, but I mean, it's not like look at, I mean, all strengths,
that's what I'm saying too. Like
they held their own.
the Oilers
And
played
that's
just
like,
about as good as they can, and like they the
I,
Avs
but
the
um,
Avs broke even with them in all situations, and the Avs are very compromised.
I think,
So
yeah, but I mean, at what point are you just like, they're just going to be compromised? I don't
they're
know.
not. Well, they're not. We got that news today. So
Well, yeah, I've heard that news before. Until someone else goes down because they decide the game against the Nashville Predators fucking matters.
it does matter, dude. I don't want to play Minnesota. I just don't.
Then they should have won today. Like,
I mean, sometimes it just doesn't go your way. It's
yeah,
all right.
and then sometimes you don't win the division.
By that logic, you should have won game fucking 29 against the Buffalo Sabres
Well,
in Denver. Like,
should have. That
like,
was a game that was really frustrating.
by
But-
that logic, all the games they've lost, they should have won. Like, it's just not.
But it's different because this one is in the clutch, and I mean, it's hard to, you feel. I feel like a jackass for complaining because they went on a 5-game winning streak.
Yeah.
But I mean, to be quite honest, if you want, like, they weren't like playing fantastic hockey. They were just beating crap teams, and that's it's easy to do when you have skilled players. And I know that's fine, but the problem is, and I mean, you beat the LA Kings, and that's fantastic. But your goalie keeps you in that one. He keeps you in this one, and you don't.
That's how hockey goes.
You don't win this one, and it is how hockey goes. But guess what? Sometimes you don't win the division in hockey. They had their chance. I just don't think it's worth. I would rather play Minnesota with a completely healthy lineup than play Seattle with more injuries.
I wonder. We'll see what they do. I mean, it depends on Dallas and everything that's going on as well. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. So Dallas plays tomorrow in St. Louis. Probably looking at a dub there for the Stars. Hopefully they lose and the Avs can just beat Winnipeg so this can be over with.
Right.
And then the Avs can just send their AHL team to Nashville. And yeah, but we'll see. Dallas, they want that division. So
Right. And I mean, I don't know. This game is like purely all like that's I said it, but just that's my biggest frustration with this game is that the Avs had plenty of opportunity to win. If Mikko Rantanen could just score another goal.
Yeah, I mean, if Nathan MacKinnon doesn't hit the post, like if that's just it's frustrating. I get it, but it's also just like I guess I'm just not upset about it at all.
Well, I mean, I'm not
like got outplayed a little bit, but you're also playing one of the best teams in the West, one of the best teams in the league, and with the two of the top 5 players in the league, and they're fully healthy. They've been on a roll. Now 17-2-1 since Matthias Ekholm got there. It's freaking crazy. So
yeah, doesn't make me feel too good. I don't know.
But yeah, we can get into the goals. I mean, first goal, the Avs, just some nonsense. It was good hockey by Ben Myers, but like really lucky. Just hit Nick Bjugstad's skate and goes right through the 5-hole.
Oh no, it didn't hit his skate. He literally he's the one that swept it in.
Oh.
Yeah. So
my bad. It did hit a skate though.
He swept it and then it hit a skate.
Okay,
that's how nonsense that goal was.
Okay, I got you. Yeah. So Bjugstad swept it into like what Ekholm's skate, and then it went in.
Or was it Ekholm? I don't remember who was on the ice.
But
I can take a guess. It was Kulak.
That's my guess. My guess is Ekholm.
Maybe it was Kulak.
Yeah.
It was Kulak and Broberg that were on the ice.
Gotcha. So it was one of those two. Maybe it's Broberg because I don't think Broberg is very good yet. But
maybe.
But yeah, so then the Oilers kind of do this little rush play. I forget who passed it to Ekholm.
Yeah, I know Fogle passed it across and then someone dropped it.
Little drop play. They kind of had a little mini 2-on-1 up there.
Yeah,
and
it was McLeod, that's right, because this was his first game back.
Yeah, a little mini 2-on-1 up there. Nice play. Also, out of all the chances that the Oilers got today, like, that's the one that goes in, and the Bouchard one in overtime. It's like, come on. So I mean, in the moment on that goal, I was pretty frustrated because I know it's like a perfect shot and whatever, but like I just feel like with no screen, you kind of want Georgiev to
It's
have
one of
that one.
those ones where, like, yeah, in the moment, I was kind of the same, but yeah,
Right.
you look at how the rest of the game plays out, you're not complaining about it at all.
Yeah, I'm not complaining.
That's one where
I
you're like,
yeah,
yeah, if this is the only goal that your goalie gives up, you're more than fine with it, you know. And obviously,
right.
if your goalie only gives up one goal, you're usually fine with the one. But
Hmm.
in this case, especially, I feel like it's definitely a little bit more of that.
Right. 'Cause, I mean, in the moment, I was like, oh God, that's the one that goes in. Now you have, the McDavid goal, you have the Draisaitl goal that are like scheduled to happen here soon.
Right. I
Um,
don't know.
and you just give them that free one, but it is a perfect shot, and I mean, can't be mad about it really.
Right. And then there's the one in overtime. I mean, by the way, I just really quick. I know, like, that there's this whole sequence with Bowen Byram, but I mean, how the hell do you get called for slashing when a player on the other team slashes you?
It was more like holding for me. Just like gave him a little tug on the shoulder, like held him off with his hand. It was really slimy, like
Are you talking about the McDavid in the overtime?
yeah.
Oh, I'm talking about the one where Bo got called for slashing. Like this, it
Oh,
was their first power play. And then
oh, yeah.
Ryan Nugent Hopkins is the one that slashed him. I'm not sure what happened there. It was
No,
one of the
both
weird.
slashed him. They showed it on the
Oh, okay, they just didn't show it on
yeah,
ESPN. That's like they only
yeah.
showed. I mean, granted,
It
even
was
if they did
soft.
show Bo slashing him, what they showed was Ryan Nugent Hopkins going like full lumberjack on Bo's stick.
Yeah,
So it was
yeah,
a
I
weird
gotcha.
call, but yeah, no, they definitely I don't know,
No,
they didn't showed it weird.
Bo just like touched Hyman's hand or whoever it was, and
Yeah,
it was just like, come on, man. But I mean, you see it called a lot, so
right. It felt like the timing of it felt a little bit of like a makeup call for a delay of
totally
game penalty,
right.
which and then
Yep.
I wasn't. I mean, obviously the Avs defense played good tonight, but they did some stupid things, uh,
Like what?
like Devon Taves high sticking Zach Hyman.
Yeah, sometimes that just happens though when you're trying to get around a guy and you have nowhere to put your stick really.
Yeah,
Um,
I, I don't know.
it's a hockey play. It obviously
I
sucks. Like,
I
get your
think I
stick
think
there.
there's just he's got to be a little bit smarter because like he doesn't have to do that there. That's what annoys me. Like
Mhm.
why just don't do that. Just don't
Yeah.
do that.
And then the
Um,
Avs should have had a double minor at the end of the period. MacKinnon got high stuck. He was bleeding from his nose.
it was actually funny. He got high stakes, and then
Yeah.
Jack Johnson got high stick. They were both on follow
Yeah.
throughs though.
Oh, was it a follow through? Okay.
Yeah,
I
it was
didn't
like,
see
but
that.
it was like a very similar one to what Mikko got called for, where he
I
whiffs on
gotcha.
the puck and brings that up really high. He like practically brought it up like perpendicular to the ice. So I was like, okay. Um,
I gotcha.
Sticks were all over the place today
Yeah.
because then
Huh.
Evander Kane gets called for a high sticking penalty. No,
Hmm.
that was close to the end. What was this one? This was also high sticking. This was on Eller. When
Yeah.
Oilers were like chirping at him, even though it was like,
Clearly high sticking.
yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
what do you want?
He did sell it a little. I mean,
I mean, yeah,
it just stick to the face though. So who are we to
right. I
say?
mean, who doesn't do that?
Um, yeah. So let's get into Bowen Byram in overtime because this is becoming a theme. This is becoming a theme. Bowen Byram is not very good at overtime.
No, he's not.
Um, yeah, he has full control down in the Oilers corner
Well,
and
before
in the
that, he
offensive
just
zone.
completely misses the net on a wide open
Right,
opportunity.
on a
Doesn't
wide
even get a
open
shot.
chance. No.
No.
Then he's got full control of it. off the bounce off the glass, and he makes the right play, which is to feed it back to, I believe it was Mikko up there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Um, and he just doesn't execute. Like, it's just a soft
He
backhander,
he tried to
and
sauce it for literally
right,
no reason. And it
right,
was like the guy's stick was up here. It
right.
was
If he gives it a hard, crisp pass, takes a little time, takes a beat,
Christ, he could have like brought it to his forehand. He had enough time to
right,
do that.
whip it around. Yeah. Um, I mean, he had time to do anything else right there, and it's a turnover, but you're still okay because I mean, he's got a couple steps on McDavid. The gap closes, but not enough to where you're like worried about it. But then McDavid holds him, like blatantly holds him down the ice. And I mean, Bo gives it back a little bit because he's like, what the fuck? I'm being held. And so he kind of like tries to push back, and then he's beat. Um, he has to hook him, obvious hooking. So, I mean, Georgiev makes the one save on the power play, and then Bouchard snipes it,
Yeah.
and that was that. But yeah,
It
so
was I don't know. I just think it was just bad from Bo because Evan tweeted out a video. He just completely stops and waits for like if he just keeps skating, McDavid doesn't even have a chance. Like if he kept skating and McDavid grabbed him, the ref would be forced to call it because it would have been so obvious. But he just didn't, and I don't really know why. I just wanted to see this really quick because it's just random. JT Confer is
yeah.
53% at the dot. No shot.
Well, it's tough too because I don't
Lars
think
Oliver's
Gerard's
38%. Doesn't make any sense.
I don't think Gerard's that great at overtime either.
I think he's fine.
He's okay.
I mean, he
I think
scored an
Taves is
overtime
really
goal this year.
I think Taves is really good at it, and I think Makar is really good at it.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we'll see Bo probably next year in it, and we'll see if he can get better at it. But cost them a point there. So.
And this is definitely this was one of those rare opportunities where the face-offs really just cost you. You don't win a single face-off in overtime. That's not gonna.
Yeah, I mean, over the course of the season, like it evens out, but it does.
Right.
It does feel
I mean,
bad. It does feel bad today. They did have the puck in overtime though for a fair bit, and
yeah, I mean, I wasn't a fan of what Nate did too. He tries to take on a dude. He like tries to one-on-one a guy.
Yeah.
Or two guys.
Ekholm. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean,
I don't mind it because you're stressing them out, but and I mean he had space. When he doesn't have space and he tries to do that shit, like where he can't even get close to the net and he tries to do that shit, I get frustrated. It's less so when he can get to the net, and he did. He didn't get a shot off, but he got the puck there and he caused some chaos.
Yeah, but I just don't think in overtime. I'm just not like.
That's
I
fair.
don't know.
That's fair. I just don't have as big of a problem with it as normal.
I just
As normal.
You win so many overtime games in a row, you're bound to lose one.
Yeah, I mean it's a coin flip. It really is.
And especially when you take the penalty, you're just like.
I mean, yeah, I was like, "Do you want to go?" I turned. I was like, "Do you want to go?" Because Oilers on a 4-on-3 is just.
Yep.
It's just going in. Yep.
Put yourself in a situation to fail. Don't fail.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get the disappointing player and the 3 stars really quick. God damn it.
Disappointing player. I don't know. I just thought everyone was kind of just okay. I think Bo would be the obvious one, but I actually liked Bo in regulation.
Yeah, Bo had some good moments.
Especially being with Jack Johnson or Eric Johnson the whole time. Like,
right.
Him and EJ are still so good together, by the way.
The old man and the child mastering this
Yes.
grasshopper.
So,
Am I calling someone? Oops.
I mean, I don't really have a disappointing player. I didn't. Maybe I'll just go. I'll just go with Nathan MacKinnon. Like you have you have an opportunity to, you know, get a 2-point lead on the division, basically lock it up, and you're playing McDavid. Should be pumped up for it. And he had jump. He just didn't execute the whole night, and just a little
Yeah.
disappointed.
Like I said,
So
I would agree. I just wasn't. I mean, I might go Mikko just because he had like multiple wide open chances to score,
it was
and
the
that's
same thing. Hmm.
it's a little bit easier to score goals when you're not doing too hot. Than I feel like that should be something that he should still be able to do. I mean, we've seen it before, but yeah, 3 stars.
Yeah.
I don't really know if I could.
Probably put Georgiev at 1.
Yeah,
Um, put Ben Myers at 2 for the goal.
right.
I also thought Devon Taves was really good.
Yeah, yeah. I would probably go Georgiev, Taves, and I mean, I might just Uh, I mean, kind of Myers. Yes, the
What a
goal.
goal, man!
Yeah, but yeah,
He played well.
he scored a goal. I thought he played well, but I mean, I thought the penalty kill was so good. I really liked Lars Eller. And Logan O'Connor had that one shift where he made like a lot of blocks, but I wasn't really thrilled with Logan O'Connor otherwise. So
Yeah, LSU was kind of behind the play all game. You know what I mean? Like he was just a step behind.
yeah, I just don't know how much O'Connor and Cogliano works without Darren Helm.
I think it still works. I don't know. It's a lot better with Nieto. It was not great with Lars. A lot better with Nieto, for sure.
Yeah, but I think that'll do it. Got 2 more games left of the regular season. More scoreboard watching. Also, the Penguins suck, so that was funny.
Yeah.
I said they'd lose to the to the Blue Jackets. That's kind of close. How do you lose to a team on a Sega Baba who travels to Pittsburgh?
The worst team in the league who's traveling on a Sega Baba.
I mean, they just don't deserve. I mean, and the Islanders play Montreal tomorrow. If they boof that,
the funniest. I saw a tweet today. I forget who said it, but the funniest outcome would be Montreal beating the Islanders tomorrow, and then Pittsburgh losing to Columbus for the Islanders to make it.
That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah.
Literally, all the Islanders have to do is get a point.
Yeah. I mean, you say that, but like the Isles, I don't know. They're pretty mediocre. Like,
I mean, right, but it's also like, I mean, I'm not saying it's a surefire thing. It's just they're playing a not very good team. They kind of got their asses kicked. It's probably I have a feeling they'll get like a little bit of a wake up call. They're at home too.
Yeah.
And they're I don't know. Let me see what their home record looks like. Give me a second. All right. That's not helpful. How do I do this? Sometimes the NHL.com website is not very not very intuitive.
Yeah.
Standings. Okay, so the Islanders last 10, 5-4-1, not great. I don't know, man.
They're both just kind of limping their way in.
Islanders are 24-13-3 at home ice, so pretty good.
What are the Avs now? I think they've only won like 20-21.
21-13-6.
21-19 at home. That is, well, it's really 20-19 because one of those is in Finland.
That's true.
So that is a little bit sad. They could go 500 at home if they lose to Winnipeg. That's crazy to think about.
Yeah, Ball Arena.
After last year. Yeah.
Yep.
After last year, how many home wins they have? Like 30 something?
Maybe.
I think it was like 32.
It's pretty good. Actually, I can look at it right here. Let's see. What was their record at home? 32-5-4. Oh my God.
Yep.
It's all got to balance out somehow.
I guess. And then this year on the road, they're like 28.
Yeah, they're
7,
28, 11-1.
28, 11, and 1. Wow.
Pretty good.
So you're telling me at home last year, they got, let's see, that's 64 plus 4, 68 out of a possible 82 points at home.
That's pretty good.
Good Lord.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a random thing, but credit to Minnesota. They went 31-8-2 at home last year.
Yeah, they're still good at home this year. I mean,
because yeah,
like you see it with some of these teams like Tampa Bay, because they can control matchups at home, and so can Minnesota, so they can get Kaprizov against bad
bums.
lines.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you notice it a lot. That you'll just see Kaprizov against bad guys, and you're like, okay, cool.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. But,
just one of those things. Tampa Bay takes advantage of it so much, dude. Like their road record is so bad this year.
Well, you're watching the playoffs. You know, they throw Cirelli any chance they get, and you see Kucherov.
They would just chuck Cirelli at MacKinnon, and then Kucherov would get.
Like Kucherov would barely get like the second line sometimes.
Yeah, you get the third and fourth line. I mean, we saw a lot of Cogliano, Helm, and O'Connor on Kucherov and Stamkos last year.
Right, which was part of what made it so impressive, because they won that matchup most of the time.
They went 2-1. They were 2-1 in Tampa Bay. Like,
right. And it's just like it's weird, man. But yeah. This is like the weird thing. Now you got NHL tonight, Sharks versus Flames. I want to watch that. I want to watch that garbage hockey.
What do we got tomorrow? Yeah, Sharks versus Flames.
Yeah, it's Montreal, New York, Stars, and at least they're at St. Louis.
Yeah, and then they go home the next night, I believe, to play St. Louis as well. The Blues just need to win one of those games.
Oh wait, yes they do. They do play.
Blues got to win.
ESPN.
One of them's on TNT.
Yep, that's a little weird, but whatever.
Blues got to win one of those games.
Yeah, Jordan Bennington, don't suck challenge.
Yeah. True.
All right, well, that's enough rambling for us.
Do it. Yeah.
We'll catch you. We'll catch you later, everybody. Forget this game. Maybe. I don't know.